We all know the earth is flat, birds are drones, and the US government is run by shape-shifting reptilian overloads. Am I right? I have witnessed fake news throughout my time of using social media, back from MySpace in 2004 to the stories we see today coming out of new age social media platforms. Fake news has taken over social media and has spread like wildfire in these highly packed echo chambers like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, to name a few examples. Fake news surrounds all social media users, and the ability to combat this, no matter what side you see yourself on, will help yourself and maybe others come to a level head when needed. Fake news is all around us on social media, and next we will look at what fake news is and why it's important to know about. The problem is people cannot tell the difference between fake news and real news. Fake news can be defined as factually false information delivered in the context of a supposedly true news story and deliberately designed to deceive its readers. As a form of disinformation, fake news shared on social media is intentionally deceptive and aims to influence readers' beliefs or behaviors. Although disinformation is not a new phenomenon, the laws and practice developed to combat disinformation in print, radio, and television are inadequate for addressing disinformation on digital and social media, according to the article Fake News on Social Media. The reason this is important is to be able to distinguish from what is factually true and what is factually proven false. If a person cannot tell these things apart, they can easily be persuaded or directed down a false path or narrative. Now that we know what fake news is and why it's important, we will look at a solution that has been used to combat it. One solution to this problem, according to Meta for Business Help Center, is social media platforms are using a non-partisan fact-checking company called the International Fact-Checking Network, also known as the IFCN. This identifies, reviews, and takes action on content of disinformation if needed. This is a good solution because fact-checking partners can prioritize probable false claims, especially those that are timely or trending and important to the average person. When logging onto Facebook, people are making posts about sports, politics, trending news, weather, natural disasters, but how do you know if these statements are opinion or actual facts? The average person will see similar posts on their newsfeed according to what is trending, so it is important for fact-checking partners to prove false claims. For example, any post made about COVID-19 will be fact-checked by the International Fact-Checking Network. This can also not be a good solution for some parties. According to the article, Facebook's fact-checkers have a liberal bias, written by Katrina Trinko, expresses concern that these organizations have a liberal bias and will result in censorship of real news that supports conservative causes and campaigns. One example she gives in the article is that the fact-checking company Snopes claimed that the terrorists who murdered 49 people and injured dozens more at the Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida, had an unaffiliated political affiliation because it was unknown at the time of the shooting, even though he had been a known Democrat for the last 10 years. Now that we know about a solution and why it may be good and why it may also be bad, let's look at the benefits of fixing disinformation. A benefit of fact-checking is that it allows different people with different conflicting viewpoints to have open conversations about any topic. Providing credible facts can help bridge gaps that may have and allow them to expand their knowledge and change their views depending on new information that they may receive. I personally have had differing views with a family member on Facebook about COVID-19 and the vaccine, claiming that no other FDA regulated vaccines have ever killed anyone, which is a false statement. This was confirmed by the IFCN. Now that we know the benefits of fixing disinformation, let's look at how we can implement these solutions in real life. Before sharing information on public platforms, you should do your due diligence and research information before spreading it. Finding multiple credible sources that state the same claim will help support your ideas and statements. Sometimes your belief is so strong, you get yourself stuck in an echo chamber and only have conversation with those people that also agree with you. This could be a debilitating and toxic way of thinking, so you need to remember to be open to the possibility that your thinking is incorrect. According to the article, incidental exposure of non-like-minded news through social media, concerns relate to the potential lack of exposure to ideas, which might deprive citizens of the alternative views they need for deliberation and decision-making, and cause one to be less informed and less tolerant to opposing views. In conclusion, we got to learn that fake news and disinformation can cause a lot of problems in the world with how many people there are using social media, and it can be spread faster than it can be put out. People need to educate themselves on what sources they are using and to fact check. Anyone can say anything they want to, but by fact checking your statements, you'd find the earth is round, birds are not drones, and the US government is not run by reptilian overlords. This world would be a much better place if everyone would do their due diligence and fact check and to look at the things with an open mind.